Jamaicans should have a free access to all beaches. Have come out to stop us from going swimming, and they're carrying weapons.
Heavy weapons.
Heavy weapons against us. So the question we must ask ourselves, where do we stand in this nation when the police is being sent out against us on a peaceful protest just to swim? It is only to swim, and many of us can't swim. We're just going to dip in the water and walk on the sand. When the police is here with their loaded, well, I don't know loaded, but heavy weapons. Heavy weapons.
Look what they just did in Ochi. All the next people's stars. They have stars there many years. They just tear them up. For what
because
reason?
today is
every other day in Kingston it happens.
in Jamaica.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the government of Jamaica is too much focused on foreign investment that they don't realize that they have forgotten about their very own people. Now, this comes after Jamaicans are being denied access to their own beaches, and it has come to an extent that the government of Jamaica is using Jamaican police to make sure that the Jamaicans are not allowed to access beaches at certain areas. Now it's said that it's almost 99% of Jamaicans who are being denied access to their own beaches. Imagine just 1% of Jamaicans being allowed to access their own beaches. Now I want you to watch these videos. I've made a compilations of whereby Jamaicans have decided that enough is enough. They have decided that they want to be given free access to their very own beaches. Now this is why people of Jamaica, because of their bold nature. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm your host Tyrell Reactions. I want you to watch this video, and remember, if you're watching my videos for the first time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. Remember, every like, every comment, every share makes sure that this video gets to be recommended to a very wider audience as much as possible. So let's watch this video, and then I'll be back with a few comments.
I'm on a run in Jamaica that I thought would have beautiful oceanfront views for the entire time. If you were to look on a map, it actually looks like I'm running on the coast, but instead this is all that I've seen. Just super high walls that are basically protecting the private property from everyone else, because 99% of oceanfront property in Jamaica has been privatized. This isn't true in every country. In a lot of the countries I've traveled to, it's actually illegal to own the beach. It has to be open to everybody. But in Jamaica, the vast majority of oceanfront land has been bought and basically taken away from the locals so that they can't enjoy it. You might be surprised, because I've been walking along this street for at least 40 minutes and I haven't seen the beach once, even though I'm on the coast. And I was talking to some local kids a few nights ago walking down the road, and I asked them if they enjoyed going to the beach every day growing up in this beachside town, and they said they barely ever go because it's a 40-minute walk from their house, even though they technically live on the beach. So I just think this is interesting. It's not something that a lot of people who travel to Jamaica know about. They just go to their resort, they see the beach there, and then they take the airport, head to the airport and head out. But definitely, like, you would never know. Right here is the coastline, because they put up this huge wall so that nobody can see it. I think it's unnecessary. I thought I was going to be running along the beach all morning, but instead I still haven't seen the beach once. It's crazy.
Crystal, you can't believe this. All this may look fun right now. You see what I go on?
What?
Let me bridge and explain to you what the government and the people want to try to take this access from us. Tell them why you...
Enough people, Alex Mile Priest here. Thank you guys for this opportunity. This is the Blue Lagoon. We're currently sitting at the mineral spring here. This mineral spring, it flows from the Blue Mountains, a World Heritage Site. This is without a doubt possibly the most sacred water space, natural water space in Jamaica. And it is a declared national monument, and all these lovely trees that you see here are protected. They're not supposed to be cut in any way, shape or form. However, because of its natural beauty, and it's wonder. It's approximately 300 feet deep in the middle, and it's fed by about 33 springs. Most of them are underwater, which this is the only one you can see. Because of its natural beauty, because of its healing capabilities, private people, private business interests want to take it over. They want to turn it into a boutique spot, you know, for high-end clients, possibly a nice restaurant here, whatever. We are not anti-development. What we want is to ensure that the people of the land can always come here and enjoy themselves and get the healing and just the recuperation that they need. So we have our next court date on the 29th of January this year, and we're not fighting the government. We're just letting them know we need access.
We need access, exactly.
We need access.
Exactly, and it's not just access, it's access for generations to come.
Generations
to come.
Rising generations.
Jamaicans should have a free access to all beaches. It is time to stop burying our heads in the sand and realize that pretty soon we will not be able to set foot in certain places in our own island, Jamaica. The public road, which has been used for generations of Portlanders, was closed August 2022 by the Portland Municipal Corporation. Access to the Blue Lagoon is now through a private land with no formal plan to extend free access beyond 2025. Please join with Portland Environmental Action and Jamaican Beach Birthright and Environmental Movement, JABEM, to demand unfettered public access along the Blue Hole parochial road for all time. This is to protect free public access to this important national monument. If you live in Portland, or if you can make it to Portland, please come and support continued public access to the Blue Lagoon in Portland, Jamaica at the Port Antonio Courthouse on March 25th at 9 a.m. If you have been following me for a while now, you must know that I'm very passionate about Jamaica and about our beaches. More importantly, I made a post about this when I was in the Cayman Islands, and I also followed the whole closure of the Blue Lagoon during last year. It is always baffling to me, the selective outrage about the lack of freeness of our beaches in Jamaica. It is very interesting to watch people agree and disagree with this matter. We do not need stretchers and showers at every single beach. What we need is to have free access to our own land, to our coastline. And as you can see here, the police has been sent to places such as the Lagoon Road. This road that has been used for Portlanders for so many years and closed just for no reason whatsoever. And right now, come 2025, we don't know how persons are going to be able to access the Blue Lagoon. Don't come on the comment and tell me, say, people are drowned there, so, because whole heap of people are drowned over Bob Marley Beach and people drown everywhere. It is not the Blue Lagoon alone. And don't forget that there is still a fight going on to protect Bob Marley Beach, which is also going to be blocked off, which is also another landmark in Jamaica. Very important for our culture. Very important for what Jamaicans stand for. So Jamaicans, me wish me was there. I would have been in the Portland Courthouse a long time. From today, me would have been there, so, but me not there. So me I ask you, me I beg you, please go support and go represent and stand up for your rights. Thank you so much for watching. Much love.
It was originally our beach. We were using all the beach. There was never a crowding issue at a beach. And now, through continued expansion, after expansion, we've always said what benefits standards benefits us. But now it is getting to the point where the greed of this organization is disenfranchising the communities. We will not give you our beaches. Look at it. Look at the size of Sandals Resort and the size on that map of what we have left. All that you see continuing onwards, we had free access. I grew up accessing all the beach. Access, access, access. And with the development of that organization, we said, yay! And we cheered you on, we participated, we helped to build, and now look what we have left. Look, that little section, that is all we have left. And you are proposing to say, oh, guess what? I'll give you 50 jobs. 50 low-level skilled jobs, and you give us your beach, which we will never give you again. The only reason that they do not deny the gentlemen in the kayak is because they cannot rule the beach. And they try their best. They try their best. They can't put their foot on the sand, you know. They have to stay in that little canoe and sell their wares. It is at the point now where this relationship, it is no longer a symbiotic relationship. You are becoming a parasite.
This thing is going to affect the fishing industry, right? We tell them plain, I am not approving it. Anything Sandals want, Sandals get. That's the way it goes. Whether we say yes or no, if you say no, you might get it still. Even with this meeting, I am the president for the group, and I was never informed until Mr. Abdul called me last night and tell me about this meeting. And a customer of mine called me and tell me about this meeting, and we have a fishing group in White House, but apparently they don't want us to come to the meeting because they don't want our voice to be heard. We always have a good relationship with Mr. Stewart from the beginning. They break down bad, because this don't make no sense. That is a form of disrespect.
Until this matter is settled, the community will continue to use its beach. And as was the case in some other areas, we will not allow for under any circumstance, any fencing of this property to happen. I'm making it unequivocally clear, no, that we will not, because we know what our rights are, and we will not allow for any fencing of the property to take place. People are watching it around the clock, and if there are attempts to do that, we are going to remove it, because we know what will happen when it's fenced. Or access will be restricted until this is resolved, and we know the time it will take to resolve this, and we know that concurrently, in other instances where these things are being resolved, other things are happening that will further distance us away from having access to our beach.
I'm not sure if this assessment that looks at, moss and seagrass, I know it's very, very relevant, but I'm wondering if there's another type of assessment that is necessary to help us to determine how families and community and family life is going to be impacted by this project. Now, NEPA might not be the relevant agency to take on that piece of the evaluation or the assessment, but maybe we need to be partnering wider to find out which other government entities need to be brought on board to help us really begin to understand what is the impact of having this project in our community. Not just how it's going to impact our coral and our climate change and our mangroves, but how is it going to impact families? How is it going to impact children? How is it going to impact the fishermen? How is it going to impact access to fish and shrimp and all the other pieces that does not seem to be adequately captured in this assessment?
Residents around the community and around Jamaica have a beach problem, and they want to access the beach where with their returning residents, with their friends and family, neighboring community, and that's a problem. So we need to get the relevant authority that can answer the question that the community has to ask straightforward.
Intend, as per Sandals' track record of locking off sections of the coastline from the general public, if this is an exception to that or not.
Do we have a Sandals representative who is designated to speak this evening? I am not sure. This is really to look at the environmental impact assessment, and that is why Mr. Carroll is actually on stage with me. There's a young lady in the front with the microphone, but I believe...
No, there is not.
At the beginning of the problem right here, 1956, and we want to talk about the Beach Control Act of 1956. This is a Jamaican law which is an instrument of repression for the Jamaican masses. So this law here is a law which facilitates and continues to support social exclusion of the masses of the Jamaican people. And why do we say social exclusion? Because it explicitly states that the Jamaican citizen has no inherent right of access to the foreshore, to the high water mark of the Jamaican beaches. Meaning that you and I that think we have a right to access these beaches and these rivers don't really have that right. So this instrument of social exclusion, what it does is not just social exclusion, but it creates a wealth shield. It creates an instrument of wealth for those who have property. And when you have social exclusion and instruments of wealth for a minority, so social exclusion for the masses, instruments of wealth for the minority, then you create poverty. It's a wealth which is predicated on the impoverishment of the masses, not on hard work, not on creativity, not on any kind of thinking. But what is happening is the durability of slavery, my friend. 1956 preserved the durability of colonialism and enslavement, enshrines it into law and social practice. And that extension of law and social practice sustains the colonial existence and the colonial arrangement that allows for the problems that we have in Jamaica right now. So you see all this crime that we have in Jamaica right now, all these social problems that we have in Jamaica right now, it's not exactly your fault. This is built to the Jamaican cake. And in this cake, 95% of the masses have no slice. We have to settle for the crumbs. Within these practices are corruption. Within these practices are social exclusion. Within this practice, look, it's literally discrimination enshrined into law. And we're here today at the Blue Lagoon to say, stop. This must end. We Jabem and many people in Jamaica have been at it. And you know what, we're going to continue. So as long as there's discrimination, as long as there's social exclusion, as long as a 1% in Jamaica decide that the rest of us are not humans and we don't deserve nice things, you will have problems and we will be at you. We have the court case on Monday in the Portland Parish Court, and we have other cases in court. We have the Little Dunch River case in court, we have the Marley Bay case in court, we have the Bob Marley Beach in court, and we will go for many more.
And well-being. The Crown of England owns the beaches in Jamaica. So
all of Jamaica.
All of Jamaica.
So we don't have a public beach.
We don't have a beach. You are granted permission through the Prime Minister's office. So you have the permission to use it, and that permission can be revoked. As the situation is evolving in Flankers Providence Beach at this time, where they just choose a developer and dispossess the person.
So all these...
Right here.
Is that the land that they own?
Yes, you own the land.
Where you find that money? Because the first I hear anything.
That's the 1956 Beach Control Act. That is currently still the laws on the books right now, as it pertains to engaging the beach.
And that book has roots. That book is still that's a book from the UK, from England, right?
You're asking about the law?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's rooted in the laws in England.
We should be able to use our beaches. We are a beach community. We are beach people. We're a small island surrounded by water.
Jamaicans can no longer access their own beaches.
This is where they work. So they don't have a other job. They don't have nothing else to turn to.
Tourists can pay for exclusive access to beaches at all-inclusive resorts, but everyday Jamaicans are increasingly being blocked out of them.
When you push a fisherman from a beach, where did you want him to go? We are living in between waters, and we have no access to a beach.
Some Jamaicans are organizing to take down the colonial-era land laws that still affect them today.
Jamaican came into emancipation landless and homeless, and that problem have not changed in Jamaica.
And they're suing companies for cutting off their access to the beaches.
And we also will not stop until the entire Jamaican public is able to access the beach freely.
Did you know that over 99% of Jamaica's beautiful coastline is inaccessible to Jamaicans because of British colonial law? I'm here with members of Javan who will be talking to you about what you can do to help this issue.
We need some justice. Tourists boycott hotels in Jamaica that does not allow Jamaicans to access the beaches. Jamaicans in Jamaica support Jabem's protest.
Push your MP to support repealing and replacing the Beach Control Act of 1956 and ensuring Jamaicans have rights to access their beaches.
Come to the court to support court actions to protect the beaches in Jamaica.
Share this video. Beach access is a human right.
Jamaicans demand access to the nation's beaches.
Have no right. According to the Beach Control Act of 1956, a legislation that was passed Parliament of Jamaica when Jamaica was not an independent nation. 1962, we became independent. This law was passed in 1956. It has been 69 years since a legislation exists on the books in Jamaica that says we, the people of Jamaica, have no right to the beaches. It says the beaches are property of the crown, and no man shall have any right in or over the foreshore and the floor of the sea. It translates into we don't have the right to swim, we don't have the right to bathe, we don't have the right to fish, and we don't have the right to walk along the foreshore. That is a law in Jamaica, believe it or not. And that's what we are protesting against. That we, the people, cannot live in a democratic country where we don't have the right to access the sea and use the sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tyra Reactions, and it's really sad that 99% of Jamaicans are being denied access to their very own beaches. Now, I'd love to point out a few things regarding the videos that we've just watched. Now, for one, I'd love to start by congratulating all the Jamaicans who have decided that enough is enough, and now they want free access to their own beaches. They need their beaches back. Now, the government of Jamaica has really focused, or rather it's really focused on foreign investors. The government officials, they are so much focused on fattening their pockets. They know that this thing it will only benefit them. How about the Jamaicans? How about the people who really own these, who truly own these beaches? The government of Jamaica have turned a blind eye to this issue. And now Jamaicans have heard that enough is enough. They have decided to speak up. And that's why we see that Jamaicans, they're mostly loved by a lot of people for the fact that they are so bold. They can stand up, then they can speak against what they feel it's not right for them. And the saddest thing is that we've seen Jamaican government use Jamaican police to make sure that they prevent the Jamaicans from accessing these beaches. I mean, what's happening? We've seen also another video of a foreigner, a white woman, who was just having a run at in Jamaica, probably exercising and just refreshing herself. Now she made a video saying that it's so sad that she expected to be close to the beach. She expected to have a beautiful view. But now she was amazed that there was a big wall that was built alongside that beach to make sure that no Jamaicans are being allowed to access those beaches. I mean, you try to imagine a white person, a foreigner, speaking up against this cruelty that's going on in Jamaica. Jamaicans are people who love their country. It's just that the politicians, the people who are in power, are the one messing up Jamaica. And it's not just in Jamaica, but here also in Africa. Our leaders, the people who we have elected to lead us, are the ones messing us up. Now, just recently, after the case of Jamaicans burnt down, or rather Jamaicans burning down a racist Chinese restaurant in their country. I mean, what's happening? You as a foreigner, you as a Chinese businessman, you are allowed to start your business in Jamaica, or rather your investment, as you call it, or as the government calls it. You start your investment in Jamaica, and in your investment, once your hotel is built, you come up with these rules that no black man is allowed in that restaurant. Keep in mind that Jamaica is predominantly a black nation, and now you in their country, you are telling them that no black person is allowed to enter that hotel. I must say Jamaicans did good by burning down that hotel, because these people are bringing their racist diseases to Jamaica. We've seen videos whereby White Yardie said that he didn't know that racism existed until he visited Europe. Because in Jamaica, there was no cases of racism. It's about these foreign investors. It's about these foreigners who are being welcomed in Jamaica to run their businesses, who end up coming up with their own rules, coming up with their own racist behaviors. Now, it's really glad to see Jamaicans finally speak up against this cruelty going on in their country. And I need to say this. These issues of politicians messing us up, it's not just in Jamaica. It happens all around the world. And mostly the people who are being affected is us, the black people. Because our politicians that we call leaders, they only care about fattening their pockets. They don't care about us. Now, in this case, you can say like the Jamaican government. How do you even use the Jamaican police to make sure that they prevent their very own Jamaicans from accessing their own beaches? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to engage me in the comment section. Tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you think of this fact that the government of Jamaica has given access to all the foreigners who have ended up, have given all the foreigners access to the Jamaican beaches, and these foreigners have ended up privatizing these Jamaican beaches, to whereby Jamaicans can never access their very own beaches in their very own country. I've been your host, Tyrell Reactions, and I believe and I'd love to wish you happy festives. And remember, if you're watching my videos for the first time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. To my returning subscribers, my returning viewers, I have to say thank you so much for the love and support that you are always giving unto me. So until we meet again in my next video, peace out and one love.